You can't come down with it every time, but both teams have 6 fouls.
But, you know, the scoreboard is just kind of lopsided in our favor right now, which is a pretty good thing, Rob. I can't say that I'm not happy about it.
Absolutely. Goodwin will pass the ball out for Mavericks. Pass to Harris. UPIKE just playing half-court tempo right now. Parsley is playing up with Harris. So Harris has the ball. Just under 7 minutes left to go in the first half. UPIKE is up 30-9. Harris driving down low to the lane, gets swatted.
You get easy baskets in transition. That's what we've been getting. You know, pay points, and I guarantee you at least 6.
The last game that was
number 35, Coleman. You know, he come in on the left hand, his right hand.
Yep.
You know, you got to use the left hand on left.
Absolutely, absolutely. And that'll be a turnover on number 12, Tyrell Pounds, that we just talked about, who just got that steal. So now the possession UPIKE, and going on to the ball probably until the end of the clock. You got just over 10 seconds left to go, and De La Cruz has it. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the live stream. Yet again, I would like to apologize for the live stream. We're running on a Wi-Fi, and evidently everyone's logged in with the Wi-Fi password, and so evidently a lot of the broadcast cut in and out, and we didn't realize that. Hopefully the situation is resolved, and we're going to try and fix this tomorrow. Anyway, furthermore though, the score at halftime is 51-16, and yes, obviously UPIKE is winning. UPIKE is 2-0 this season, looking to get their third win, number 14 in the country. And this is part of the Appalachian Wireless Classic. The last game today, there's more games tomorrow. Tomorrow for the women, starting out, Cumberland's versus Bluefield at 12. Your UPIKE Lady Bears versus Milligan at 2 p.m. And then the men, Bethel versus OSU-Mansfield, who we are playing right now, plays at 4. And then your UPIKE Bears play Mid-Atlantic Christian at 6 p.m. But the topic of discussion, I'm here with Lance Tackett, also work study with me here at the University of Pikeville. Defense. UPIKE's defense has been tremendous. Talk a little bit about their defense for the first half.
You know, they forced, what was it, 16 turnovers, I think? Let's see.
18.
What did you say, 18?
Mm-hmm.
18 turnovers, you know, in one half of basketball, 20 minutes, that's almost a turnover a minute. Now think about that.
Oh, that's terrible.
A turnover a minute, and really it's not even that the Mansfield, you know, the Mavericks are making bad decisions. It's just that, you know, we're picking their pockets. We're getting in there and we're playing tough defense. And, you know, I think for UPIKE, you know, you got to – teams like, you know, the Mavericks, I'm not saying, you know, being disrespectful, but, you know, they're not seeded. They're not a seeded team. They're not a top 25. And, you know, if you're wanting to climb those rankings in the seedings, you want to blow these teams out. You want to take these teams and –
Exactly.
You want to handle your business because, you know, when they're seeding these teams, they're going to look at games like this and think, oh, you know, could they beat this team with these? You know, you're going to, you know, just like college football, you know, you see, you know, teams like Ohio State blow out teams by like 70 or something. But, you know, and that's because they go in there and handle their business, and, you know, that's why they're always one of the top teams in the country, you know.
Exactly. And something I'd like to mention, too, 11 of those 18 turnovers from Mansfield, they were steals. So when you say pick their pockets, yeah, you're absolutely right. And so the other 7 were just thrown out of bounds or, you know, just lackadaisical.
Right. You know, something that just like, oh, man, that's my fault kind of thing, you know. If I'm not mistaken, you know, we have 3 players with over 2 steals or more. We have Johnson, Parsley, and Chambers has 3 steals. Oh, and De La Cruz has 3 steals as well, you know, and Perry adds 1 in there. That's, you know, that's big to have multiple players on your team, not only from the start lineup and the bench, come in and play really good defense, and that's just something that I think UPIKE's going to have to do throughout the course of the season if they really want to make another run in a national title.
And you speaking of players coming off the bench, George Johnson has 5 points, and UPIKE's bench has outscored Mansfield's bench 18-2, and also UPIKE has 27 points off of turnovers, while Mansfield has 0.
And, you know, that's all that. If you took away all the points without turnovers, we're still up 11 points going in the second half of the game, and that just shows, you know, they're coming in here tonight in their home and just taking care of business against a team that, you know, should not beat them just because, you know, we're just an overwhelmingly better team.
We have a foul on number 11 for Mansfield. That's Tyson Beebe.
He's had a pretty nice game. He's had some good plays. Beebe has. I think he's one of the only players I've seen score, you know, from Mansfield.
He's leading Mansfield with 5 points. 5 of the 16 points.
Nice pass from Thompson down there into
Hawkins. Hawkins put it up. Leslie has the ball at the top of the key. UPIKE looking to get something here as Perry loses the ball. That'll be a turnover for UPIKE. That's their 8th turnover. UPIKE had 3 turnovers heading into like the last 2 minutes of the first half. And I think they just wanted to keep trying to score points, and I think that's what cost them a lot of turnovers towards the end of the first half. So really, even though they have 8 turnovers, it's not sloppy turnovers.
Oh, it's something that, you know, you're up 35 points. You're gonna go into this like passive kind of mode, not really as aggressive as you were in the first half, just because you really don't need to be. You don't want to. As I say, not to be aggressive. Hawkins goes up the floor and loses it. Gets it back and resets and has Leslie up top.
Now Dela Cruz passes it down low to Perry. Perry puts it off the glass, and it's good. UPIKE is up 53-16, and that's Perry's 16th point.
And, you know, something I've noticed the past few games, Perry is an unbelievable player off the ball. He doesn't need the ball in his hands to be, you know, productive on the offensive end. You know, but when you put the ball in his hands, of course, he's going to get some points. You know, you see he can shoot, he can put the ball in the basket from anywhere, but it's just those cuts. That's just a simple fundamental like that makes him such an amazing player.
Right. Now Mansfield has the ball underneath their basket. And he'll turn around. Looks like he's going to shoot it, but he doesn't. And then Beebe comes up, pulls up, shoots, and he scores. That's his 7th point of the day.
As I said, Beebe, he's trying to get his team back in the ball game here, down 35. But
anything he can. That's one thing I do appreciate about Mansfield. They're not giving up. You know, they have energy. They're still playing hard, even though the score doesn't say that. They are. And that's something I love. That's what I love about basketball the most. You know, basketball is probably one of the, or if not the most competitive sport. And
right.
As we say that, oh, that looked like goaltending, but
it
not
did.
called. Ball was still in the rim.
Another thing I like to add to that, Rob, you know, and a big thing with basketball is just one-on-one matchups. People, you'll see, like, you know, De La Cruz guarding Beebe. If Beebe scores on him, De La Cruz is wanting to come down and say, oh, you know, what you can do, I can do better. And he, you know,
exactly.
More than likely he's going to take it to him. And not only that, it helps when you don't want to take it too personal like that, but you also want to bring that energy from that one-on-one to the entire team. You want to show them that you're fired up and that they need to go, you know, at their guy as much as you are, as Hawkins gets an easy bucket.
Exactly. I couldn't agree more with you, Lance. Couldn't agree more.
But, you know, a big thing that, you know, I've always been a football and basketball kind of guy. And the reason I love football is it's more of a, you know, basketball is kind of this way too. It's like if you come in and you think that you're going to, you know, steamroll a team. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes teams come in, you know, you think you're going to steamroll them, and you do. You know, it happens. But then in college football, it happens a lot, you know, these big upsets, you know, like Iowa State or Syracuse beating Clemson this year. You know, going into, like, there's no reason that Clemson at their best should lose to Syracuse, but it's just that kind of, you know, going into their place, the heart and the determination they have to win that game, you know, and they come out with a win even though Kelly Bryant got hurt. Still, Clemson is pretty sure right now, I think they're the 5th team out of the college football playoff.
Yep.
You know, I think that loss to Syracuse kept them out of it. Or no, they're number 4. They're number 4. They're still number 4. I think that loss to Syracuse kind of kept them from being in the top 3, maybe number 2. Surprising to me, you know, kind of getting off topic here, but Georgia was number 1, Alabama was 2. I thought that was a little something that I didn't expect because Alabama's been number 1 for the past 4 years almost every time. As Leslie gets inside, no good. Hawkins gets it, and no good again.
But that'll be UPIKE's ball. It'll stay with UPIKE. And UPIKE has the lead, 57-18. They're almost up by 40 points, which is crazy. UPIKE has shot over 60% from the field. Meanwhile, Mansfield has only shot 32%.
Yeah, you know, and that just goes again a testament to our defense tonight. It's just we're everywhere. You know, we're all. It's not just about manning your guy. Like you know, you don't want your guy to score on you, but it's just about wherever the ball goes, you want your team to, you know, swarm to the ball. You want to have good team defense. You don't just want to have one guy, you know, just kind of locking up his guy and then just leaking out holes throughout the you know, throughout the lanes and such things like that.
So UPIKE is up big on Mansfield, and tomorrow they play Mid-Atlantic Christian, who got blown out by Bethel 94 to, I think it was 41. Either way, they got blown out. And UPIKE will probably have that game in the bag too, but like you said, don't expect anything. And Perry shoots it from the baseline for 3, and it's good. Assist goes to Thompson. And Perry's looking really good today.
Unbelievably efficient. He's only missed 1 shot this entire game. And
that's 19 points for him.
And that's, you know, just a testament to how great of a player he really is. And he's just a sophomore. You know, and he was great as a freshman last year. So, I mean, just wait until he's a senior and see, you know, where he is in his career and, you know, how much he's grown over the years. And as you hear don't know if you can hear that, but the baseball players down there talking a little trash because the air ball there from Mansfield.
That's one thing I love about UPIKE. I know I've mentioned this earlier, but for people tuning in now, you know, UPIKE is a sense of community. You have baseball players cheering on basketball. You have the basketball players cheering on baseball. Everything's tied in together with UPIKE, and 80% of the students who go to UPIKE are athletes, and that's got to be a big selling point for coaches when they recruit because, you know, everyone understands each other. You know, you're busy. You have classwork. You know, we're all here for each other, and we're here to win. And UPIKE has a winning tradition, obviously, with 2011 UPIKE winning the national championship in basketball, and they've been to Final Fours. They've been to Elite Eights, and we win Mid-South Conference championships. And Mid-South Conference, if you didn't know, Lance, it's like the SEC and NAIA.
It's a very big deal. I've noticed in football, you know, those kind of games with conference games, you got to win them. You know, it's a big deal. You don't want to. It's tough to get out of it. You know, it's tough to win a championship in the Mid-Southeastern Conference.
And now Mason Blair has checked into the game for the Bears as Colbreth misses a three-pointer. Looks like it'll be Mansfield's ball. And you know what's funny about Blair? They're talking about him having to be number 55 possibly for the season because his jersey number 5 in one of the colors, it's a double XL.
Really?
So they had to change his number to 55 until they ordered him a new jersey or something like that. I think that's kind of funny. But nonetheless, number 3, Nis, the freshman from Ontario, Ohio. Yes, I said Ontario, Ohio. He's driving down the lane. Shot's no good. Rebounded by no one other than Darrell Dominic as he passes it to Colbreth. And, ooh. That would have been nice. A little action to Thompson there. UPIKE's having a little too much fun now.
I know. They're starting to get a little carried away with the score. But, you know, it's kind of hard to when you got all this talent and you're up 44 points at home in front of the home crowd. You want to put on a show. And as I say, you know, Mason Blair had the ball out there. And he can shoot it from right where he was at. He can shoot it from anywhere. He's a very special player. It's Chambers who has it on the wing.
Dominic down low. Passes it to Thompson at the elbow, and shot's good. Assist to Dominic.
Another thing I've noticed, too, Rob, is all you know, as you talked about Dominic being a jack of all trades earlier, being able to do it all. Not just, and Thompson's a bigger guy, too, and his jump shot's really pretty. You know, he's got a nice little stroke to it, and he really can put the ball in the basket from anywhere as well. It's just, this team, as you said earlier to me during the break, is Blair passes up to Thompson.
Pass from Blair, although Thompson was unable to come away with it. That pass was stolen by Dominic, who fed the ball to Blair, who did the good old outlet pass. It was a good pass, but Thompson was just unable to come away with it. And checking into the game now will be senior Darian Leslie.
And Johnson and Parsley come in as well.
As we talked about earlier, too, Parsley and Johnson, they're both great players coming off the bench. They have a lot of energy, and Johnson has scored 5 points this game. And that's got to speak some volumes because he did all that within a minute. And he got like 2 steals as well within a minute. So
he did. He was unbelievable.
And we'll have a clock stop as the ball's stuck in the rim. Basketball player gets it down.
Yeah, you'll have that sometimes. You will.
So Beebe will pass the ball out for the Mavericks of Mansfield. The Ohio State University Mansfield. And let's see here. Beebe goes down low. Chambers is all over him, and he's probably going to get that call for the foul. It was good defense, but see, one thing I like to take note of, too, you're up 64-18, 12 minutes left to go in the second half. This is time where I think you hold onto the ball until you have 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Work on your plays. Work on moving the ball around, bounce passes, because UPIKE does have 8 turnovers. So if you can narrow that down and just at least work on the fundamentals while you can, even though it's 64-19, that'll definitely benefit the Bears as Beebe makes his first free
throw. I think that's a testament to Coach Wells keeping his, starting kind of guys, not necessarily his starters, but the guys that are in the normal rotation in the game to get some reps for them to, get the offense, more in sync with themselves.
Right.
You want to have these guys like Parsley coming off the bench. You want him to be as confident coming in as he was.
Ooh, good pass. Nice. Good pass from Parsley as he feeds it to Leslie. Leslie for 3, no good. Rebounded by Goodwin. But no, you're absolutely right, Lance.
Thank you, Rob. I appreciate it. You have number 30.
It's Harris. Harris off the mark, rebounded by Goodwin, and Harris will get the ball back up by midcourt. 12 minutes remain in the second half of this game here in the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center. Your UPIKE Bears are up 64-20 on the Mavericks of Ohio State Mansfield as B tries to put the ball up, and no good. Rebounded by Chambers. Chambers puts the ball to Parsley, and he'll just pull
Very
up
nice
jumper
pass.
and off the glass. That was very nice.
From our view, you could just see the ball just right into where Parsley wanted it to be, and you know that's a chemistry thing. You know, that's something that comes with hours of practice with Coach Wells and those people on the team. Good one. From here, that shot looked good, but it was no good. He gets his own rebound.
Didn't even hit the rim, but
Ooh,
he gets the ball up,
nice
and that looked good.
move.
Nice move by Goodwin,
That's
number
a little
5. That's
jelly roll
Antonio
there.
Goodwin, the freshman from Cleveland, Ohio. Ohio native. There's a lot of people from Ohio. Well, obviously it's Ohio State Mansfield, but I'm talking about both teams here.
Right. You know, growing up, I always felt like that Kentucky's kind of like the basketball kind of state. You know, for high school and, you know, college, because, you know, of course you have UK, you have Louisville, who's an amazing program. And, you know, you have such amazing players coming out of high school basketball in Kentucky. It's just like there's so much talent, you know, not only in Kentucky, but in the surrounding states as well, West Virginia. Mango County,
the biggest one.
County, which is right next to Pike County, right here, good old UPIKE. Right across the border there, they had a state champion, Tug Valley High School a few years ago, and that team that I got to watch them play, and they were just unbelievable. All the guys just seemed that they could just go straight into maybe not Division I NCAA, but, you know, Division II or maybe NAIA Division I, just very talented guys in that team, and great to watch them play.
Parsley swings the ball out to Johnson. Johnson, ooh, good little pass to Goodwin. Johnson with the nice pass, or not Goodwin, I'm sorry, Hawkins was unable to come away with the shot. Got it mixed up there for a second. But nonetheless, good ball movement by UPIKE as Goodwin has the ball. Ball was tipped away by Chambers.
Chambers is keeping the intensity up, even though they're up.
It is, exactly.
And but the thing is, that's also a testament to the great coaching of Coach Wells. Is, you know, you want your guys to always have that, just instilled into them, no matter what the score is.
We have a travel by number 32, Brendan Pelican. And possession will go to UPIKE. It's another turnover for the Mavericks. And Hawkins will pass it into Parsley. Parsley running point now for the Bears. Hawkins, Parsley, Chambers, Runkle, and Mason Blair are in the game. Blair just checked in for George Johnson as Chambers pulls up, no good, rebounded by Harris. And Harris will take the ball down court. And now here's a little scenario for you. You know, let's say.
Nice shot from Harris there.
Here's something I like to point out, too, for the University of Pikeville for the basketball program. You know, you've got guys from Maryland, New York, and California. You know, you're not going to come to Pikeville to visit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so, but you hear about how prestigious Coach Kelly Wells is and about our program. And we have amenities that are just like D1 schools. I mean, we have the coaches' offices are unbelievable. I mean, just in the tunnels, just like any other arena. And we have the med room, like the medical room for the tables and stuff like that. And the locker rooms, wow, the locker rooms are amazing. Talk about that a little bit.
I went to, as I said earlier, I went to the Coach Kelly's office to get a water. Me and Dan went down there. And it really is, I wouldn't have expected it, because some of UPIKE's facilities, like the educational buildings, some of them are kind of old because this is a very old institution.
Mm-hmm.
But now you see these up-to-date athletic facilities, and it's really just a testament of how much work that not only the athletes put in, but the people that, you know, support them, like the coaches and the people that, you know, the administrators that really make the things happen like that.
Right. And Clemens has the ball. It passes it to Goodwin. That's right. I said Goodwin. Goodwin passes it back to Harris at the top of the key. He pulls up for three from way beyond the arc. No good. Looked like it touched off a UPIKE last. Possession will stay with the Mavericks of Mansfield. Mansfield tomorrow plays Bethel at 4 p.m. here in the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center. This two-day event has been the Appalachian Wireless Classic, hosted by yours truly, the University of Pikeville. This is 2 tip-offs, basically, that UPIKE has held. The last one was in the gymnasium. And we have a travel call on Clemens, and it'll be a turnover once again, and it'll be UPIKE's ball. And something I'd like to mention, too, when I mentioned the tip-off from last weekend in the gymnasium, it reminded me how much I love UPIKE and the community and the integrity of our players, because William Penn, great team, absolutely great team, top 5 team in the nation. They're playing Central Penn, but, you know, you have distractions. You know, a fan comes down and it starts to cause commotion between the two teams when it's not needed. And UPIKE hasn't been like that. I think there's been one instance, but that was 6 years ago.
Right.
And the integrity of our players and our coaches, it's amazing to me because, like I said, we're family. And you don't see that here. And all you see is chemistry. You see bonding. And that's part of the reason why UPIKE is up 66-25 right now on Mansfield.
You're right, Robin. That's just something that I think, you know, I'm a freshman here, and, as Mason Blair shoots it.
Shot is good. First bucket of the night by Blair. Welcome to the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center, Mr. Blair.
Hopefully he'll be here for 4 years, lighting it up and giving us amazing highlights to see. You know.
Ooh, and Harris with a nice move, but unable to make the basket as he gets his own rebound. But looks like he got hit in the face. No call. Rebounded by Hawkins.
That was a little sloppy possession there.
It was. But nonetheless, UPIKE has the ball yet again. Score is 69-25. Get this. UPIKE is outscored Ohio State Mansfield 18-6 this half alone. So both teams are struggling offensively.
Right.
But 6 points for Mansfield. They have 25 points. They only scored 16 points in the first half. You don't see that in college basketball. You just don't.
No, you don't. And that's just a testament again to the defense of the Bears. They're tenacious. And I was wanting to point something out that I seen a minute ago. The shot Mason Blair hit, that looked like a drawn-up play from Coach Kelly, you know, Coach Wells. And I think that he really wants to instill confidence in his young players when, you know, they have these big leads like this.
Right.
So that when they come in, if they're needed in a tight spot, that they know they can hit those shots.
Another turnover stolen by Darrell Dominic as he passes it to Dela Cruz, who passes it to Leslie, who gets fouled. Leslie will go to the line shooting 2. We'd like to appreciate you guys for tuning in for the live stream tonight. This is the first of many live streams for the University of Pikeville. We hope to live stream every basketball game held in the UPIKE Gymnasium or the Expo Center. Darian Leslie makes his first shot. UPIKE's up 70-25. They're up by 45 points.
And just a quick little announcement here from myself, just something. I got a notification on my cellular device here beside me that LeBron James has 56, 11, and 6 in the game against the Wizards, and they're about to win. They're up 8 with 52 seconds left, so it looks like he went back to #1 on the MVP race. And
what, 8 games in the season?
Yeah, but the Cavs needed that when they've been beat by the Knicks and the Nets, so 2 completely just atrocious teams in the NBA. But now they go into Washington and get a big win. And, you know, LeBron has 56 points. The Bears are up by 46. Just a good night for basketball here in Eastern Kentucky.
And Leslie gets the pass from Dela Cruz and puts it off the glass, and it's good. Darrell Dominic with the steal yet again. And B, hand to the face, but B puts it up. No call. Rebounded by Dela Cruz. And Arze hits the ball off of a defender. And number 35 for Ohio State Mansfield. Bears Coleman came up a little slow there, but he seems to be okay. He's walking around, which is good.
Seems we have Mason Blair and Dylan James and number 11, Evan Runkle coming into the game here for the Bears with 6 minutes left. Get some good 6 minutes of game time here for the young players.
So Arze Colbreth, the senior, will be shooting free throws for UPIKE. First one is up, and it is good. And now the baseball fans are going crazy, the baseball players, because they're all close buddies with number 25. And number 25 is Brady Schmidt, the sophomore from Louisville, Kentucky. I remember the first game back in the UPIKE Gymnasium. Brady Schmidt came in the game, and he made 2 free throws, and the baseball team, they were going nuts. And like I said before, I mean, that just speaks volumes of our university.
Right. That's a fan favorite kind of guy. You always have that one guy that everybody's excited to see. A nice block from Runkle there.
Nice block. Number 11, Evan Runkle, the 6'8" forward/center, the junior from Strom, Wisconsin. He transferred from Milwaukee Area Tech. Quite a play. And
you know, you see plays like that, and that's something that I feel like as the
good
season goes
steal by
on.
Colbreth.
Nice steal.
Gives the ball to Schmidt. Schmidt, nice pass to Blair on the baseline. No good. Rebounded by Beebe. Good pass by Brady Schmidt, the sophomore, who just came in the game. 5.5 minutes left to go. UPIKE is up by 50 points. Score 75-25. Beebe for 3. And no good. Rebounded by Colbreth. We'll see if he feeds Brady again. And Brady for 3. No good. I'll tell you, if he would have made that shot, everyone on that bench over there would have gone crazy.
Yes, they would have. The chairs would have been flying. It would have been a sight to see. They're just feeding the ball to Beebe, it seems like. Oh,
and that's Clemens for 3. Nice little shot there by the junior. As Colbreth seems to be running point guard now, and we got Mason Blair in the 2. Got a little wheel motion going on here. James passes it to Runkle. Runkle back to Blair. Blair left alone for 3. Looked good from back here, but he missed it. Rebounded by number 35. That's Coleman. And now Niss will take the ball up court, passes it back to Clemens, back to Niss. Swings it over to Beebe. Good ball movement by Mansfield. And pulling up will be Beebe once again, and I think that's his 4th straight miss from beyond the arc.
It's just rimming out. It seems to he's getting it there. He's right on target. It's just not falling.
And we have a basketball player who tried to save the ball. Good effort by Coleman. Chairs flying, as you were saying, and the tablecloth coming off, but unable to save the ball. That'll be UPIKE's ball as number 24, your roommate, Dylan James, the freshman from Inez, Kentucky, passes it in to George Johnson.
Yeah, man, when he gets older and he's playing here and he's getting more minutes, you'll see that, man, he is electric. When he gets hot and he starts shooting the ball, it's unreal what he can do.
Absolutely. Uh-oh, and
Schmidt
for 3.
Bang.
Shot's good. And Matthew Peterson from the baseball team, he's over there loving it. They didn't get as crazy as I thought they would.
I know, I kind of expected a little more from him there.
But nice little shot, and Schmidt actually didn't even jump off the ground.
Beebe
rolls in and out.
I see.
Again. Rebound by number 20. That's Austin Combs, who just came into the game for the Bears. And Schmidt left alone again for 3, and it's good. Now they get a little bit louder. Schmidt is wet from 3. As I like to say, it's raining 3s and drizzling 2s.
It is.
And that shot is another air ball, and Schmidt has the ball
with a rebound. He's padding them stats, Rob. He really is. Johnson goes inside. Nice move. Ooh.
Gets hit hard, but no foul on Johnson. I'd have to disagree with that call.
I would as well. He got absolutely punished down there.
But notice the energy just after Schmidt hit those 2 threes, even though they're up 81-28. And pulling up for 3, that is number 3, Niss.
And
Schmidt with the rebound.
Oh, and he loses it. Coleman gets it.
Can't make it.
Another rebound. Ooh.
Number 32 got hit hard in the face. That's Pelican. Looks like he took a good elbow to the jaw, but we have a foul on number 22 or 32. Oh, no, 22. That is Clemens, so it'll be UPIKE's ball. And now checking into the game will be number 2, Michael Antrobus from Moorhead, Kentucky. You could consider that kind of local.
It is kind of local. You have a lot of people from Eastern Kentucky go to Moorhead State University, so you could, and they come home on the weekends. I know a lot of them, so you know you could kind of say it's local.
Turnover, and Beebe has the ball. See if he can make this shot, but he'll just feed it to Clemens, who makes it. And they finally made it to the 30-point mark. Just under 2.5 minutes left to go in the second half. UPIKE 81, Ohio State Mansfield 30. UPIKE up by 51. They're up big. And Runkle, the big guy shooting for 3, almost goes in. No good. And it'll be a turnover. It'll be Ohio State Mansfield ball. And Blair, it looks like, will check back in for Schmidt.
After getting a few rebounds, a couple threes, you know.
Yeah, he got his curtain call for the night.
Yeah.
Brady Schmidt played on my intramural basketball team last year, and we
really?
just gave him the ball every time because red shirts were allowed to play.
Yeah, that's right.
And that pass is stolen. Nice tip-off by James, and Blair driving down low to the hoop, passes it out to Combs. Left
James
alone
for 3.
is James, and it's
goes
good.
in.
It rattles in.
As I said earlier, man, he's an unreal shooter. That's just something that in high school you'd see him pull up from the NBA range, and you wouldn't believe it. He can just shoot that far away.
All of UPIKE's players, they're big guys, are just a jack of all trades. They're just a jack of all trades kind of players.
They are. I think as the season goes on, Runkle, you know, he's seems like he's a very skilled player, and he comes in, learns the system, and all that good stuff. He'll get some more minutes because he is, as you've seen earlier, had a very big block.
Clemens has the ball. Passes back to Niss, and Clemens will get it back and shoot for 3, and no good. That's all they're doing is shooting threes. You think, you know, work on your fundamentals. Maybe drive to the basket, do something. Why do you keep shooting threes?
Ooh, as Blair gets inside, is fouled.
So he'll go to the line shooting 2, but back to what I was saying, though. I mean, yes, you're down 54 points, but come on. Stop shooting threes. Work on your fundamentals. Drive to the hoop. If threes aren't working, do something else.
Do something else, you know. You got to put some points on the board. You scored 30 points, and they have scored less points than there are minutes in this ball game.
Wow. That's something I didn't even think about, and that's terrible.
It's crazy.
So that's literally less than 1 point a minute. That is bad.
It is.
And Blair makes his first free throw. He's up to 4 points now on the night after that nice little three-pointer that he had earlier on in the half. And the second shot is up and good as well. So Blair has 5 points in his debut in the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center. And this will take the ball up for Mansfield. Clemens has it at the wing. We'll see if they shoot a three-pointer. 1 minute remains in the game. Beebe has it.
Coleman, nice fake. Goes inside, no good.
Rebound by Runkle, and Blair has the ball with 48 seconds left to go. And James.
Another 3.
Ooh,
no good.
No good. There's an 11-second difference between the shot clock and the play clock. It'll be UPIKE's ball still. Passing it out will be Michael Antrobus. And Blair open for 3. No good. Rebounded by Runkle, though. Puts it up, and good.
Nice soft touch off the glass there from Runkle.
Good offensive rebound. And, you know, instead of waiting and then coming up or passing it out, he got it and just put it right back up. And that's exactly what you're supposed to do.
A lot of guys nowadays like to pass it back out to the three-point line because that's just how the game's evolved over the years. But you like to see guys get those rebounds and put them back up because they're big enough to do it. Why don't they? You know what I mean? So
shot clock is turned off here at the Eastern Kentucky Expo Center with 13 seconds left to play. Mason Blair has it. He'll probably just hold on to it. Let's see somebody else if they'll shoot for 3. UPIKE is a very respected school. They probably won't. And, of course, they won't. And so your final score is your UPIKE Bears 88, Ohio State Mansfield Mavericks 32. Wow, this has been a great game for the Bears. They are off to a hot start. This is 3 games in a row where they've won by double digits.
That's big. You know, you want to start off the season right, and that's exactly what they've done. and hopefully tomorrow they can get a big win against Mid-Atlantic Christian University.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this has been Rob Rundle and Lance Tackett. Tune in tomorrow for the next coverage of our games for the Appalachian Wireless Classic. Tomorrow, our women's team will be taking on Milligan, and then our men's team will be taking on Mid-Atlantic Christian at 6. And the women's game is at 2 p.m. Eastern Time. We'd like to thank you for tuning in to our live stream. And as always, go Bears.
Go Bears.